Arxivar is not only an archiving platform, but a complete document management solution. What do we mean by a document management solution? In Arxivar, we can archive and manage all kinds of information: emails, faxes, documents and notes, attachments, images, videos. We can create your own company templates from Office, Excel, PDF, and use Arxivar not just to store information, but as the starting point for the creation of documents within the company. Arxivar allows us to organize documents into folders, binders, or link them together. We can manage the versioning and keep track of any changes made in the documents. We can apply stamps on PDFs and much more. Information is shared between users without duplicating the documents. Arxivar also traces any activity done on the documents. The interface of Arxivar is very user-friendly. We have a menu that allows us to search documents, to archive documents, to organize them, and something more like managing the contact list and the mailbox. We have a desktop where we can put all the things that we usually do more frequently, and we can even have some other completely configurable windows, like the tasks windows or the messages. Arxivar is a multi-language solution. At login, each user can choose the language. If we choose the single sign-on access, Arxivar will automatically recognize the connected user and won't ask for user and password. One of the main features of Arxivar is, of course, the search for documents. This is the default search mask that shows all the fields that we have configured. We can set different kinds of filters for each different type of document. For each document type, we can set as many different search fields as we like. When we run the search, Arxivar will find and then display all the documents that satisfy our criteria. The more fields we insert, the more rapid and efficient our search will be. Arxivar can be used as a replacement of the file system. When you find the documents, simply double-click to open them with the default application connected with the file type. So, if you open a Word document, Arxivar will open it with Microsoft Word. If we decide to edit the document or to make any changes to a file and then save it, Arxivar automatically recognizes that we have changed the document and asks us if we would like to save our changes. Since Arxivar manages the versioning, a new version of the document will be created after saving it. Here, you can see that this document has a valid status. For this status, we define to trace the versions. The document is actually in version 0. As soon as we save our changes, Arxivar assigns a new version number to the document. The version 0 is, however, still available. We can easily search for all the previous versions of the document. The document history is always tracked and available for consultation. The result of a search is a list of documents that can be sorted and grouped. We can organize the list however we prefer. For example, it's very easy to group documents by type. Just drag and drop the column on the top of the list. In Arxivar, information can be organized and connected in different ways. We have links, folders, binders, and relations. For example, the link allows us to connect documents to each other. If you see this icon here, it means that this document has some link with other documents. If we want to find the linked document, it's very easy. We just select Links containing this document on the option menu, and Arxivar will show us the name used for the link. And then we just need to double-click on it to retrieve all the connected documents. Another useful feature is the option of attaching notes to any kind of information. To create a new note is very simple, and we can add as many notes as we want here. But one of the most interesting features of the notes is that they become immediately searchable. Like in this case, we can search all the documents that contains the word demo, and Arxivar will retrieve all the documents that match this selection. Arxivar traces any action made to the documents and keeps them in a log file. Opening the log, The administrator can see exactly what has been done to a document. In the log, we can see when the file was saved, if someone deleted a process, if it has been inserted into a folder, if someone has changed it, and so on. In the search list, we can easily preview a document without the need to open it. We can check the information in the profile and eventually edit it. We can use the Digital Stamp Manager to place stamps and watermarks over any PDF document. Imagine that we have to approve or put a stamp over a document. We can decide to use very easy stamps, like images, or stamps that contain information about the document. We can load any stamp that automatically takes the information from the document profile and insert it into the document. Stamps can be applied permanently or temporarily. With Arxivar, we can also send documents by email or by fax. To send them by email, we can use Arxivar internal email client or our default mail client. One or more documents can be attached to the mail with the format we prefer. The original format, transformed in PDF, or zip files. Arxivar allows us to organize documents into folders or binders. We can create as many folders and binders as we want. We can, for example, select some documents and copy and place them manually into a folder. Otherwise, we can add this information automatically using a workflow, or during archiving, or in many other ways. The important thing is that we never copy documents. These are all just logical links to the documents archived in the repository. Information is never duplicated, so all users will reach the same document independently from where they access. This means that they all see the correct version of the document and the updated information. The same thing can be done also with binders. In Arxivar, you can create any type of binder you like. Imagine the type of binder is a cabinet where we put our binders. For each cabinet, we can define additional fields and add information for each binder. All our documents therefore belong inside the binders, which are always logical links to the documents archived in Arxivar. In Arxivar, we can manage as many contact lists as we want. Contact lists can be automatically synchronized with our ERP or CRM system. For any of the accounts, we can have one or more contacts, custom fields, and other details. Managing contact lists is important to normalize the sender or the recipient of documents, and also when we create documents using templates. When we want to create a new letter, for example, we can prepare our company template and just double-click on it. Arxivar will prompt us with the profile of the new document, and we can fill all the information in, like the origin, the status, the subject, and the receiver chosen from a list of contacts. When we save it, Arxivar will create the document and open the template we designed, filling up all the fields we have defined. When we finish editing it and save it, it will be stored into Arxivar automatically. Now, if we search for the documents created today, we can find the letter just created. If we edit it, it saves it. Since this document is in a draft status and on the server configuration, we defined that we won't manage the versioning for this status. The document will be overwritten. Another interesting feature of Arxivar is the mask management. With this option, we can easily define masks that can be associated to a document or to an event. Masks are the easiest way to insert information into Arxivar. For example, to record a phone call that comes into our company. When we open it, we'll be prompted to insert just the subject, the contact, and eventually some other information defined during the creation of the mask. In this case, we have just saved an event, which is a profile without the document. In Arxivar, you will find different ways to retrieve information. The views are one of the most used. Each user can set its own views to make targeted queries over the documents. For example, if we are a member of the administration group, we will always search for invoices. Then, We can create a view that will retrieve only these kinds of documents, and when launched, it only asks for the filters we need, like customer name or invoice number. When we run it, we will get all the documents with the columns defined in the view.